What's more important, rockets or cars? Actually, that's a good first question.
Well, I guess they're both important. I guess my career is Mars and car.
Elon Musk may be known for changing the world through tech and becoming the richest man alive, but behind his success are failed marriages and painful secrets that most people never knew. Elon Musk's first marriage began like a romantic fairy tale. Elon Musk met Justine Wilson at Queen's University in Canada and was instantly drawn to her. Though she first turned down his offer for ice cream, his persistence paid off, and they eventually fell in love. After Justine returned from teaching in Japan, they rekindled their relationship. She later moved to California to be with him, and in 2000, they married. In 2002, happiness filled the air when their first son, Nevada Alexander Musk, was born. But the joy was short-lived. Nevada passed away after only 10 weeks of life due to sudden infant death syndrome, SIIEDS. The loss was so overwhelming that both Elon and Justine felt like they were falling into an emotional abyss. To overcome this unbearable pain, they decided to continue their journey of parenthood through in vitro fertilization. They had 5 more children, twins Griffin and Vivian, born in 2004, and triplets Kai, Saxon, and Damien, born in 2006. Justine later revealed that their relationship had many disturbing ups and downs, with Elon exercising excessive control and making her feel like a wife on display. Justine felt she was losing herself in the marriage, and a near-fatal car accident made her realize she needed to take control. In 2008, she filed for divorce. Just 6 weeks later, Elon shocked her by announcing via text that he was engaged to British actress Talulah Riley. The speed of this engagement made the public suspect betrayal and infidelity. Musk said, "I filed for divorce, and at that time, Talulah was not even in my life." But the timeline raised serious questions about when their relationship actually began. Under California's harsh divorce laws, Elon was forced to pay both parties legal fees, which totaled $4 million, about $170,000 per month for 24 months. Despite being a billionaire on paper, Elon Musk had to borrow money from friends during his divorce because all his wealth was tied up in Tesla and SpaceX. Justine demanded control over major decisions at his companies, but the court rejected her request. Elon had offered her $80 million, double what she was entitled to, but she refused, wanting ownership stakes instead. The court upheld their prenup, granting Justine $20,000 a month after taxes, a Bel Air mansion, and full support for their 5 children. They share custody, and she kept the Musk name for the kids' sake. In 2022, Elon Musk's daughter cut ties with him. She changed her name to Vivian Jenna Wilson. She took her mother's last name. Vivian said she no longer wanted to be linked to her father. It was a painful and public family split. Elon Musk met British actress Talulah Riley in 2008 while still divorcing Justine. She seemed like a fresh start. Young, kind, and very different. Just weeks later, Elon told her he was in love. They married in 2010 in a grand ceremony in Scotland. But Elon's work with Tesla and SpaceX caused strain. In 2012, he announced their divorce on Twitter. Surprisingly, they got back together and remarried in 2013. Still, their love story wasn't meant to last. The end of their second marriage was marked by one of the most romantic yet tragic moments in Musk's personal life. On Christmas 2014, when they were living in Boulder, Colorado, Elon forgot to buy a gift for Talulah. To make up for his mistake, he did something extraordinary. Elon quietly woke up in the middle of the night and walked barefoot in the cold snow for 2 hours to pick wildflowers. When he returned, he placed the bouquet on the table and said, "I just wanted to show you how much I love you." This gesture showed Musk's sincere feelings in a world dominated by money and power. However, love wasn't enough to overcome reality. On December 31st, 2014, Elon filed for divorce for the second time, but later withdrew the decision. In March 2016, Talulah filed for divorce, and it was finalized in October of that year. The divorces were expensive, but handled without bitterness. In their first divorce, Talulah received about $4.2 million, including payments over 9 years. She also kept valuable personal assets, including Cartier watches, Gucci items, diamond jewelry, and a Tesla Roadster. In their second divorce, she received about $16 million, including cash and other assets. Despite the breakups, Elon and Talulah maintained a friendship. Talulah shared, "Elon and I are best friends. We still see each other often and care about each other. Elon Musk's personal life has grown more complex in recent years. As of 2025, he has at least 14 children with multiple women, though some sources claim the real number is even higher. With Canadian musician Grimes, he had 3 children between 2020 and 2022. Their first child's name, A-Xii 12, had to be changed to A-Xii 12 to meet California laws. Musk also has 4 children with Shivon Zilis, a Neuralink executive, twins in 2021 via in vitro fertilization, 1 child via surrogacy in 2024, and another born in 2025. The most recent controversy involves political commentator A-Xii St. Clair. On February 14, 2025, St. Clair posted on X claiming to have given birth to Musk's son Romulus 5 months earlier. She filed for sole custody and for Musk to be recognized as the child's father. On March 31, 2025, Musk wrote that while he was unsure if he was the father, he had paid St. Clair $2.5 million and would continue paying her $500,000 per year. Later, reporting revealed that $1 million of these payments was structured as a loan, adding another layer of complexity to an already complicated situation. Musk's personal life became even more controversial when he brought his young son XAX to political events. During a February 2025 White House meeting where Trump announced support for the Department of Government Efficiency, A-Xii, 4-year-old X-Ash sat on his father's shoulder. While Trump was giving a speech, X-Ash suddenly spoke up. "Excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom," causing the entire audience to burst into laughter. The boy then became playful, picking his nose and wiping it on the Resolute desk, a symbol of American power. This incident triggered fierce criticism from Grimes, who exploded with anger, accusing Musk of using their son as a prop to attract attention. She said, "It is unacceptable to let an immature son face the public without preparation." Despite being worth over $400 billion, Elon Musk's personal life shows that money can't buy happiness or lasting relationships. His failed marriages, estranged children, and custody battles highlight the personal cost of his nonstop drive for success. In 2025, multiple media outlets reported that Musk regularly uses ketamine, marijuana, LSD, ecstasy, mushrooms, cocaine, and other drugs. According to the New York Times, investigations revealed Musk's drug use and strained family relationships, with close associates becoming troubled by his public behavior. As Elon Musk grows his empire and influence, his personal life remains messy and controversial. He has at least 14 children from different relationships and faces ongoing custody battles. What do you think about the shocking truth behind Elon Musk's marriages? Share your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe our channel for more updates. They were once icons of beauty, but in chasing perfection, these celebrities became nearly unrecognizable. From botched facelifts to life-altering disfigurements, their transformations are terrible, heartbreaking, and a chilling reminder of the high price of cosmetic obsession. Fame couldn't shield them from the irreversible damage, physical and emotional. Julia Tarasovich, once celebrated as a Russian beauty queen, endured a deeply painful chapter in her life after a cosmetic surgery went terribly wrong. Seeking a touch-up to maintain her youthful glow, she underwent a facelift, eyelid surgery, and minor liposuction at a private clinic in Russia. But instead of enhancing her features, the procedure left her with severe swelling, visible scarring, and a heartbreaking inability to even close her eyes. At 43, Julia found herself struggling not just with her appearance, but with basic daily comfort, an outcome no patient ever expects. The surgeries, rather than refining her look, robbed her of physical ease and emotional peace. Determined to hold someone accountable, she filed a lawsuit against the 2 surgeons involved, Dr. Andrei Kove and Dr. Omar K. She alleged gross medical negligence. In their defense, the doctors blamed an undiagnosed case of scleroderma, a rare autoimmune disease that hardens the skin. But Julia firmly denied ever having such a condition prior to surgery. Despite spending a fortune trying to reverse the damage, she openly admitted that her face might never return to how it once was. Lin May, born Lelia Guadalupe Moya May, was a captivating figure in Mexico's golden era of entertainment. In the 1970s, she rose to fame as a dancer and actress adored across Latin America for her stage presence and natural beauty. But as time passed and the pressures of maintaining youth in the spotlight mounted, Lin made a decision that would change her life forever. Driven by societal expectations and her own fear of aging, Lin turned to cosmetic surgery not out of vanity, but in hopes of correcting a congenital facial asymmetry that had long troubled her. Unfortunately, in seeking perfection, she fell victim to a dangerous scam. A supposed practitioner lacking proper medical training injected baby oil into her cheeks, a substance never meant for human tissue. The aftermath was devastating. Infections, disfigurement, and emotional pain followed. Lin's once iconic features became distorted, and repeated attempts to correct the damage only made things worse. Over the years, tabloids circulated shocking images that chronicled her transformation, often without compassion. Her face, once celebrated, now bore the tragic results of misplaced trust and unregulated procedures. Now in her 70s, Lin has spoken publicly about her ordeal, bravely using her platform to warn others. Michaela Romanini serves as a haunting reflection of beauty's fleeting nature, especially under the harsh lights of fame. Once a celebrated Italian socialite, Michaela captivated attention not just for her glamorous lifestyle, but later for transformation that shocked even the most jaded observers. Driven by the desire to stay youthful, Michaela, like many public figures, turned to cosmetic enhancements. Her preferred method was collagen injections, especially to her lips. At first, the changes were subtle, but over time, what began as maintenance became an obsession. Procedure followed procedure. The pursuit of perfection blurred into compulsion. Photographs from the early 1990s show a vibrant woman with elegant features. Fast forward a decade and the change is unmistakable. Her lips became dramatically overinflated. Her facial contours altered to the point where even close acquaintances struggled to recognize her. The media, often unforgiving, used her image as a cautionary tale. Unlike a temporary makeover or a well-placed lift, excessive cosmetic alterations carry lasting consequences physically and emotionally. Carol Bryan once sought what many consider a modest common procedure, dermal fillers to refresh her appearance. At 47, she simply wanted to smooth a few lines, hoping to age gracefully, but that simple decision would change her life in ways she could never have foreseen. In 2009, during what she believed to be a routine cosmetic enhancement, Carol was injected with a dangerous mix of dermal fillers, including silicone, a substance not approved for facial use. The fillers were placed in her forehead and cheeks. At first, there were no alarming signs, but weeks later, her face began to swell, distort, and harden. Instead of youthful refinement, Carol was left with disfigurement so severe that even her closest friends could barely recognize her. She tried desperately to reverse the damage, seeking help from numerous doctors, but the condition worsened. The physical pain was matched only by the emotional toll. She isolated herself from the world, allowing only her daughter to see her. At her lowest point, Carol contemplated taking her own life. In 2013, she turned to a craniofacial surgeon, hopeful for a second chance. But the surgery, while partially reconstructive, came at a devastating cost. It permanently damaged her optic nerve, leaving her blind in one eye. Over time, she would undergo additional skin grafts and facial surgeries to rebuild what was lost. Now in her late 50s, Carol speaks publicly about her journey. Though she continues to battle insecurity and no longer seeks romantic relationships, her story has become a beacon for others. Tara Jane McConnell, a 33-year-old from Melbourne, Australia, has become a headline fixture not for a scandal or a career move, but for her radical transformation in the name of beauty. With over $85,000 invested into cosmetic procedures, Tara now turns heads wherever she goes. Her latest addition, yet another rhinoplasty. Tara's been dubbed the real-life Barbie, and with good reason. Her journey includes 5 breast augmentations, 6 nose surgeries, multiple sessions of Botox and dermal fillers that have reshaped her face into a hyper-stylized version of femininity. Her appearance has drawn both fascination and criticism, landing her on TV shows like Botched and Todd Sampson's Mirror Mirror. Tara has no plans to stop. She recently announced intentions to increase her bust size to 15C, well beyond the proportions considered safe. Doctors growing concerned have warned her about her low body mass and the significant health risks larger implants may pose, but warnings seem only to fuel her ambition. To some, Tara's choices may appear shocking, even troubling. But for her, beauty is an evolving canvas, not a static ideal. Pete Burns, lead singer of the 1980s band Dead or Alive, was known for more than his flamboyant voice and hit single You Spin Me Round. He became a public spectacle for his dramatic and relentless journey through cosmetic surgery. What began as a routine nose job to correct a minor fracture gradually turned into something far more consuming. Burns became entranced by the idea of self-transformation, pursuing a visual identity that defied gender convention and biology. As the years passed, so did the surgeries, nearly 300 procedures in total, ranging from lip fillers to full facial reconstructions. Many of these operations came with serious complications, infections, botched results, and mounting physical pain. But Burns, undeterred, continued. He once said in an interview, "I see myself as my own creation." And indeed, his appearance became a canvas, shifting, experimental, and extreme. He spent much of his fortune chasing an aesthetic no doctor could guarantee and no mirror could fully satisfy. Even after medical professionals warned him that further procedures might be life-threatening, Burns persisted. His life came to a close in 2016 from a sudden cardiac arrest at the age of 57. Dennis Avner, better known by his chosen name, Stalking Cat, led a life that defied nearly every convention. Born in Michigan, he wasn't just a Navy veteran and a skilled computer programmer. He was a man deeply committed to exploring identity in the most radical physical form imaginable. At age 23, Avner consulted with a shaman who, referencing Avner's claimed Huron and Lakota heritage, encouraged him to align himself with his spiritual totem, the tiger. That moment marked the beginning of a transformation so profound it would reshape not only his body but his place in the world. Dennis took this vision to heart. He changed his name, then his appearance. Starting with full facial tattooing, he quickly moved into the world of extreme body modification. Working closely with pioneers like Steve Howarth and Shannon Larratt, he underwent no fewer than 14 surgical procedures. His surgeries included subdermal implants to give his face a feline contour, a split upper lip, reshaped ears, nasal flattening, and even a motorized tail. His pursuit wasn't rooted in spectacle. It was spiritual. And yet, spectacle followed. He appeared on Larry King Live, Ripley's Believe It or Not, and numerous documentaries. In 2008, he earned a Guinness World Record for the most permanent modifications to resemble an animal. Despite his otherworldly appearance, Dennis led a mostly ordinary life, quietly working in computer science and living in small communities. These stories share common threads: the pressure to maintain youth, the obsession with perfection, encounters with unqualified practitioners, and the irreversible nature of their damage. They remind us that behind every transformation is a human being searching for something, whether it's beauty, identity, or acceptance. Research credentials, seek second opinions, and understand your true motivations before making decisions that cannot be undone.
You're going to jail, pal. What is that? What do you think you have there? You broke the law.
In the world of Hollywood stars, only a few actors shine with the quiet intensity of Harrison Ford. Over 5 decades, he defined movie heroism through unforgettable characters like Han Solo, Indiana Jones, and Rick Deckard. But outside the spotlight, Ford avoided the chaos of Hollywood. He rarely gave interviews, skipped many red carpets, and treated acting as serious work, not a fame game. Behind that calm and reserved exterior is a perfectionist who values professionalism above everything else. He respects the craft of acting and expects everyone on set to do the same. Ford doesn't crave attention. He doesn't act to entertain the media. He acts because he believes in the work. And now, at age 82, he finally broke his silence. In one interview, he revealed 6 people he will never work with again, not because of petty drama, but because they crossed lines of respect, preparation, and integrity. The 6th name on Ford's list is Shia LaBeouf. They worked together on Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Right from the beginning, their working styles clashed in a big way. Harrison Ford approached every scene with precision. He believed in preparation and careful planning. Shia, by contrast, worked with raw emotion. He often improvised and acted based on what he felt in the moment. Stunt coordinator Vic Armstrong described their differences perfectly. He said Ford treated scenes like precision machines, while Shia saw them as emotional explorations. These different approaches created tension from the first rehearsal. Shia's improvisational energy not only clashed with Ford's approach, but also started affecting other cast members. Ford, who values a calm and focused set, felt the entire environment being pulled into disarray.